This is Sandstars, a TikTok account that went viral with the following video about President Trump's decor choices in the Oval Office of the White House.
What the f*** is this gold shit up here?
I found the shit. It's this polyurethane thing. You can buy it from Home Depot for $58. And then you go to the other aisle and get the gold spray paint. And then you put them all over the Oval Office.
So first of all, if President Trump wants to put gold shit all over the Oval Office, that's his choice, because it's literally his office. Second, this is not this. Notably, these rows of spheres do not exist on the piece from Home Depot. So no, it's not the same. It's almost like she found something vaguely similar online, ignored the actual details, and decided that it was a smoking gun so she could complain about Trump on the internet. But hey, why let basic visual evidence get in the way of a viral TikTok conspiracy theory about interior decorating?
They're gonna tear up all this beautiful stone, and he's gonna put black granite down? That's definitely a choice, and I'm gonna say it's a bad one.
Black granite, oh, the horror. Because nothing says ruining the nation's capital quite like installing one of the most expensive and premium stones on the market. Oh, the humanity. Also, I wouldn't say that this is beautiful stone. It's just a bunch of brown, mismatched, irregular flagstone. But if that's your definition of beautiful stone, we clearly have different ideas about what constitutes elegance. Black granite is objectively a significant upgrade, and TDS is a hell of a disease.
I haven't posted on here in a while about all the stuff that's going on at the White House because there's so many other more important things going on in the world today. But I just had to post about this because what the hell?
Ah yes, inflation, gas prices, global conflicts. But, you know, the real pressing issue that pulled you out of a hiatus is Trump's choice of paving stones at the White House. Thank you for your service.
While I've got you here, I want to remind you that Trump also would like to paint the Eisenhower building a white. All over, just white. It's stone right now. It's perfectly lovely, granite, gray.
Perfectly lovely? Have you actually looked at the Eisenhower Executive Office building? Mark Twain famously called it the ugliest building in America. It is a massive, soot-covered monstrosity that looks like it's been actively absorbing DC corruption for 136 years.
It doesn't need to be white.
Yeah, God forbid a building right next to the White House be white. But of course, it's not just one-hit wonder TikTokers bitching about everything that Trump does. It's also the mainstream media.
He plans to paint the Eisenhower Executive Office building white. Plans first unveiled to a startled Fox News host, Laura Ingraham.
But you're not worried it's like a big white blob?
But actually, Laura Ingraham wasn't startled, as you will see when watching more of her exchange with President Trump.
That's
No. What it does is it brings out
So you're
all
a
the
builder,
detail.
I'm not. I have no aesthetic sense.
It brings out the detail. Do you understand, Raymond?
I do.
Suck
When
up.
that building was built,
Suck up.
people considered it a really ugly building. And I looked at it, and some other people, it's one of the most beautiful buildings ever built.
So, a couple of questions here. First, why should we care about Laura Ingram's opinion on Washington, D.C. architecture? And why does Jonathan Karl suddenly care what Laura Ingraham thinks about anything? And since when does ABC News take their historical preservation cues from Fox News primetime?
And before you say I have bigger things to worry about, you're absolutely right. But this man is going to leave such a stain on our nation's capital. I just can't be quiet about it.
So, replacing stone that resembles the facade of an Olive Garden with premium black granite and covering a soot-stained monstrosity with white paint is leaving a stain. Right. And let the history book show that when the Republic was on the brink, Sandstars heroically refused to be silenced. Thank you so much for your stunning bravery, sir.
It doesn't need to be white.
So the big White House scandal of the month is Trump's renovation of the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool. Because of course it is.
Over here in front of the Lincoln Memorial, you have the iconic reflecting pool. And here is a project Trump has been very excited about. They drained the water from the pool, and they appear to be painting the floor of it what Trump calls American flag blue.
It appears that they're painting it. But in reality, they are actually applying a heavy-duty industrial-grade weatherproof coating. But great job, Jonathan Karl. You're doing God's work.
You guys. No one was consulted. He was just like, let me talk to my boys down in Florida, and they'll come up and paint epoxy on the reflecting pool. It boggles the mind.
First of all, it's not epoxy. It's a moisture-cured urethane sealant. But why let basic facts get in the way of a good rant?
So you're telling me that Trump just gets to decide that the reflecting pool is going to be a tacky swimming pool blue, like a Florida swimming pool in the nation's capital.
Yeah, it's not a swimming pool blue. It's a pretty dark color, a color that I guarantee that you've never seen at the bottom of any swimming pool.
It's a reflecting pool, not a swimming pool.
I like it. Seems like a nice idea.
It's just being ruined.
I really like the fact that they're fixing it up.
I mean, maybe it needed to be fixed, but not painted blue.
Maybe it needed to be fixed, but not blue. Right, let's just let it keep leaking 16 million gallons of water a year into the DC marshland because you don't like the color palette.
From folks we've talked to, it will not probably make the pool look any different in terms of reflectivity. If you're standing on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, you're standing at the World War II monument on the other end, and you're looking across the pond at a low angle, it'll probably still be reflective.
Oh, so the reflecting pool will still reflect things. Outstanding journalism right there. I'm glad that we got the New York Times in a case to confirm that a giant flat body of water is in fact still reflective.
The difference, though, may come when you see it from a higher angle, from an airplane or the top of the Washington Monument. This is a space that's meant to sort of be invisible. It's supposed to reflect back the gray stone and the trees all around it.
An invisible space? It's a 2,000-foot-long rectangular body of water sitting in the middle of a perfectly manicured lawn. It's not a stealth bomber. And heaven forbid, someone looking out the window of a Southwest flight sees a slightly bluer rectangle than they did last year. Oh, the absolute horror. But other than the color, the biggest issue was the price tag.
President Trump has said multiple times that this project is only going to cost $1.8 million or less than $2 million. That's never been right. From the beginning, the federal government had expected to pay $6.9 million for this contract. And then on Friday, that cost jumped again by another 88%. So now we're talking about $13.1 million.
Oh no, a government project is running over estimates. Alert the media. Oh, wait. But let's put that $13.1 million into perspective. Even with the massive price jump, it is still roughly a third of the $34 million that we paid to fix the reflecting pool 14 years ago.
One of the biggest concerns about this project and others around the area is that these are no-bid contracts. The government is supposed to let multiple vendors bid on jobs like this so the taxpayers get their best bang for the buck. And so what happens when you give a contract directly to somebody with no competition, you don't really know you're getting the best deal. You don't know that you're getting the best person for the job. And so it raises questions about why they're circumventing the normal contracting process and what we're losing in the process in terms of quality or maybe overpaying.
But again, for clarity, the reflecting pool was closed for nearly 2 years during the Obama administration and almost completely rebuilt at a price tag of $34 million. According to reporting in August 2012 by the Washington Post, the renovated reflecting pool employs a new water system in which its water will for the first time be drawn from the tidal basin, not from city reserves, and be cleaned and recirculated. The old pool could not circulate its often stagnant water. And $34 million of your taxpayer dollars later,
the algae appeared just 1 month after the reflecting pool reopened in late August.
Being just cleaned and opened up a month ago, looks like nothing was done. It's real nasty.
It'd be nice if it was clearer water so that one could reflect without seeing the algae.
The first thought was, oh, that's kind of nasty.
And my first thought was, wow, what a spectacular waste of money. which is strange because I was told that when contractors are able to bid on government jobs, the taxpayers are getting the best bang for their buck, and that you're getting the best person for the job without sacrificing quality. But instead, we got project managers like Dennis M. Quinn, who assured the American taxpayer that they were doing top-tier work. Quinn was quoted by the Washington Post as saying, "We build things here for 50 to 100 years, not 20. And yet, not even 14 years later, we still have a pool where 16 million gallons of water each year seeps through the joints of the concrete slabs that make up the floor of the pool. Hence the application of the American flag blue MCU sealant. So the reflecting pool was shut down for nearly 2 years to address leaks, to hook up a state-of-the-art filtration system, and a high-tech circulation system. But instead, we got a $34 million algae farm with broken plumbing. Gee, thanks, Obama. Anyway, that's it for now. If you want to support the channel, make sure you're subscribed, and maybe head on over to my super cool merch store at don'twalkrun.shop. As always, thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you next time, if there is next time.